Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Jennings and I've got quite a show for you today. There's a few different things to check out here. It's all part of a process, you see. It's taking Indian classical rhythms, some of the most complex Indian classical rhythms actually, and then developing it into a jazz rock ensemble, and then also breaking it down and showing you the construction behind all of this. So what's going on here is that I've just put out a new album called Allied with Nature with jazz violinist Omar Puente. So what you're going to see today, first of all, I'll show you the more original form of the Indian tea-high rhythms that's played with the guitar and the tabla. There's also a bass guitar on the first example I'll show you, because that's giving you a bit more of an idea of the direction that it's going in. But once you've seen the more traditional presentation, and there's the tablature at the bottom of the screen so you can get an idea of the rhythms that are behind this. Once you've seen that, then you're going to hear something from the album, and there's live playing here in the studio. So there's improvised guitar solos, but every time that it drops into one of these tea-high rhythms, the notation will appear on the screen and you'll see me playing it on the guitar in front of you. With the actual guitar solos, there's no video footage of that because that was just what was on the album. Okay, so you're just going to see some visual effects of, you know, the guitar and nature, because the big thing about this album was that it's allied with nature. It's got all kinds of field recordings of exotic birds from India and amazing animal sounds on this album, and that's all woven into the music, okay? So there's a few different things going on here: jazz, rock, Indian classical fusion, nature, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So once you've, you know, had a bit of a taste of that, then the third part of this video is actually a clip from a live stream that I was doing with members of the Indian Classical Guitar Academy to break down some of these rhythms, and I went through more of the process with the students. I went into a lot of detail, but I'm just showing you a clip here, giving you an idea of what we do behind the scenes with the Indian Classical Guitar Academy. And there was some good questions in there from some of the members as well to understand these concepts a bit more deeply. So if you want to learn Indian classical music on the guitar, you can join the Academy, there's a link in the description. But if you want to really support this album, that would be really, really vital to us. It's an album that I've taken so much time to put this together. I really think it's the best thing that I've ever done. And the whole thing is actually in pursuit of using these wonderful sounds that Martyn has contributed. Martyn Stewart's travelled the world recording animal sounds all over the world, and 30% of the profits from the album go towards conservation projects that him and the Listening Planet, his organisation, the Listening Planet, have been working on. Okay, and it's a nice CD here. If you want to get the whole CD, you can get that, or you can download it. This is all through Bandcamp. And it's also streamable. You can get it on streaming as well. But if you really want to support the project and help us to do this again, and most importantly have more money going towards conservation projects, then please support the album on Bandcamp or ordering a CD. That would be really, really great, because there's so much work that's gone into this, and it's rewarding to know that people really engage with it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video today and enjoy the music, and hopefully learn something about the Indian rhythms. They are very complicated rhythms, and there's a lot of theory that goes into this, but I still think that it's interesting for people just to dip their toe in and see all the kind of magical things that we can do with Indian classical music, especially when we apply it to the electric guitar and, you know, violin and drums and bass and everything. So enjoy this, guys, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so that was the first presentation of these T-high rhythms, a little bit closer to an Indian classical format with just the tabla behind the guitar and bass. Now you're going to hear it transformed with the full band setup. So this is part of the album Allied with Nature, and there's all of these crazy guitar solos leading into the T-high rhythms. So it becomes something quite different. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Now we're on to the third part of the video. This is a bit of a breakdown that I was doing for some of my students, and this is quite complicated material, so don't worry if you can't follow it all straight away, but you may start to just notice things about Indian classical music. Once you expose yourself to more of this analysis, it does start to get into your head and you appreciate it more and more the more that you listen and examine these things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's hear it again. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Okay, so that's the basic construction of it, okay? Obviously it starts quite complicated, but that's my foundational one, okay? And then I thought, right, well, how can I do some variations on that? Okay, these are the kind of things that I would study with Shakir Pervez Khan, where we would, you take a T high, and then you see how can then you do a variation of that, and then another variation, and this idea of using the main theme in the T high, and then that can also, for example, what we do at the end, just to kind of give the game away a bit, what we do at the end is actually we take all of that and turn that into a T high. So what happens if we just did what I did there, but play all of that 3 times round? Then you get like a T high of a T high of a T high sort of thing. Okay, so it gets kind of fun like that. So the next variation uses the uses the regular ending. So the original ending, before I kind of modified it for this piece, as a so sa sa ma ga. So you've got the ga ma pa sa sa ni pa sa sa ni pa sa sa ma ga. So I thought, right, what happens if we do that? We'll do that for the first 2 times, and then the third time we'll replace it with that. Okay. Now, how would that work in 12-beat cycle? Okay, how does that work? The last one, the third one of the repeat should be the same as the original, because the original one already was in the right place. The original one that starts on beat 1. So we basically need to get round to that, okay? So now it's quite difficult to cast my mind back to how I worked out it to work in how it eventually formed this way. It's usually a bit of trial and error, but the way that it actually works is if I start on the 4th beat, then I can play the whole construction, okay? So the whole construction on starting on beat 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, so the last time it worked its way around. So if we just look at where does each one start and end. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. That actually landed on beat 1. So da 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 da, and then I started the next one on beat 3. So da da, rest. Now the one on beat 3 is quite interesting. Da 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 da. That landed on beat 11. 12 was a rest. Then that brought us back to beat 1. Okay, so if we go through it again, you have to count on your hand with me. Okay, so 1, 2. Everyone ready? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, yeah, so it works.
Did you find, like, when constructing T-highs, like, did you find, like, sort of like a Goldilocks zone with, like, the length of a T-high? Like a sweet length?
Yeah, actually, 8 beats or 16 beats. There's a lot of T-highs are 16-beat T-highs. So you start on 1, finish on 1. And then depending on the cycle, for example, if you're doing a 16-beat T-high in Drut, you could take the same 16-beat T-high, and in Madhya, it would be it would be 8 beats because the cycle's so much slower, or in Volambit it would be 4 beats. So if for example, if we go like this one, da 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 da. So that's in 16. So da 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 da. Now if that was Madhya, da 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 da, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da 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 da. Or if it was Volambit, da 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 da. Right, so same T high, but you're learning to feel it, right, in the different timings. So I originally learned that one as a Volambit T high, so it's coming in like a da, din, din, na, da 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 da, right. So that it's very hard to do it at that speed, just because you're doing very complicated subdivisions over a really slow beat. If you play it in drut, da 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 da, it's still quite a funny rhythm, that one. So da 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 da. It's quite hard to get that rhythm, but it's easier over drut. So yeah, so actually 16-beat T highs are kind of the most functional. And then they can be changed, or I mean, this one actually is because it actually combines two T highs. If you took it just as dun 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 dun, that would actually be really difficult to sort of pin where you do that da 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 da. You'd have to it's like 7.5. But the way that Manish did the slide guitar player, he put on the da 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 da, that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. He put that on the beginning, so the whole thing would add up to 16, right? And so it takes you to the right beat. So sometimes you get T highs like that are naturally 16 beats long, or otherwise if they're not 16 beats long, it's quite useful to add a little thing onto them, a little composite rhythm. So the whole thing is 16 overall, just because then it's functionally really easy to use it and manipulate it, and then to do like what I've done, where I could do tons of variations and extend the idea, because the basic component of it was 16 beats. That's a good question, actually, Sean. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found that interesting, and please support the album. Go to Bandcamp to either download or follow the link there to order a CD. And thanks so much for supporting original music. Cheers, I'll see you next time.